So I'm about to teach you how to make your pap from scratch for your family. I've been making pap in large quantity for my family and it lasts us for months. I don't have to buy pap from the market because since I'm not around when those people make their own in the market, I don't really know what goes into the pap, and you know, health is wealth. So before my baby started taking other normal food like the food we adults eat, I used to make DAWA pap for him, but ever since he started eating the same meals with us, I didn't see the reason, because then I'll make DAWA pap for him and then I'll make corn pap for us the adults. But now I just, you know, make everything together and it works like that for us. So for this pap, so let me start with this is 1.5 painter of yellow corn, and this is half painter of DAWA. Okay, I'm going to mix these two together. This is the bucket that I will use to soak it up. So what I do is I soak the DAWA and pap for 3 days, but within those 3 days, like at least once in a day, I have to wash it. So how to make pap is you have to soak it for 3 days. Okay, within those 3 days, at least once in a day, you have to wash the pap and add new water. This is because as it's fermenting, if you leave it with the same water, it's going to affect the taste of the pap. Okay, so that's why you have to wash the soaked corn at least once a day. Okay, so also you can add other things like ginger, dates and all that. I'm not adding it because I got soya beans made for me, like my aunt made soya beans for me, and in the soya beans she added all those orishi. Okay, now I get to just make pap like that, and whenever we need to take the pap, I just add the soya. So I'm done adding water to the corn. As you can see, the quantity of water is way above the corn. This is because the corn will soak up some of the water. Okay, the goal is to get as much pap as possible out of the corn and the DAWA. So this is basically it. So I'm going to cover it. Like I said, you're supposed to soak it for 3 days. Okay, so in the next 3 days, I'm going to wash it once every day to change the water so that the fermentation will not affect the taste of the pap. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cover it. Guys, make sure you cover the pap. Okay, you don't leave it open, you have to cover it. So I'll cover it and leave it like this. Tomorrow, next tomorrow, and the 3rd day after washing it, I'll grind it and then I'll show you guys the process. While we wait for the corn to ferment, I'm going to show you the things you need for the processing of the pap. First of all is this sieve cloth. We call it sieve cloth. Okay, when you go to the market, this is how I got the big one. I got it 200 naira, but that was 4 years ago. I don't know how much it will be now, but once you get to the market, just ask them sieve cloth for pap and they would, you know, they have different colors and all that. They have the big and the small size, so I just basically bought the big size. Okay, because buy it for once and you don't have to worry about it again. So this is called the sieve cloth. And then another thing you need is the bag for the Akamu. Okay, because after processing the Akamu, you have to pour it into this bag. This is a bag. You have to sorry dear, you have to pour it into a bag. This is the bag that when you pour it into and tie it, the water will come out and then the pap will remain inside the bag. I got this for 500 naira, but that was 4 years ago. I don't know how much it will be now, and it's super thick. It has been serving me since, so it has been serving me since. So these are the two things. And you also need a big bath or a big bowl, like a very big bowl, which you would tie, because you have to tie the sieve cloth on a big bowl or big bath, because that's where, as you're sieving it, the pap will be entering into the bowl. Okay, so in case this is your first time and you have no idea, so that you get these things ready for when you process the pap. Okay, so this is day 1. I'm about to wash it, and after washing it, I'll add another water. Remember I said we are leaving it for 3 days. As you can see, like, it has bubbles on top. That means it's fermenting really well. So I'm going to sieve out this water, rinse it out, and then add a clean water and cover it back. So this is the three for our pap. I just finished washing it and sieving out the water. So now it's ready to be grinded. If you have a strong blender, you can use a blender as well, because blender can blend it too, but this is like so much. Using a blender will take me a ridiculous amount of time, which I don't have. So I'm just going to take it to the place where they grind it. So after grinding it, and we'll start with the sieving process. If you look at the corn, you see that like it's plumpy because it has been soaking up water. So before we start sieving the pap, I want to show you guys something. So remember how I said you need a big bowl and a sieve cloth to use and sieve out the chaff from the corn to make the pap. So this is the bath I use. It's a big bath. It usually serves for us. I do. First of all, this is my bath. I hope you can see me, guys. So this is my bath and this is my sieve cloth. Remember, I'm using the big sieve cloth. So you cover the bath like this, and you need to tie it two ways because the sieve cloth has four sides. Okay, so you tie the first one. Make sure you don't tie both of them under your bowl or your bath. Okay, make sure you don't tie it under. Tie one under and then tie one on the side. Okay, it makes it easier. Let me show you what I mean. So this is what I mean. See, I tied one, like I'm supposed to tie it in two places. So this is the first knot and this is the second knot. Okay, this first knot, because while sieving the Akamu, you have to place the bowl on the surface. You have to place the bath on the surface, and you're doing the shuku up here. So if you need to, because sometimes when you're sieving the Akamu, it might overflow. Like this, let's say for example, I don't know the quantity that the pap is supposed to make, okay, while sieving, and I'm using this bowl and it gets filled up. I'll have to remove this cloth. I'll have to remove this sieve cloth and tie it on another bowl to continue sieving the pap, to bring out the chaff. So for me to do that, if I tie both of them here, it will be super hard for me. But as I tied it here, and also as you're tying, make sure you tie this easy knot. Make sure you tie this type of knot that is easy to loosen. For example, now I know that this shorter side, once I do it like this, everything comes off. Okay, I can just do it like this and like this. You see it's easier to bring out. Okay, but if I tie both of them here and this bowl is filled up to the brim, because let's say I don't know the measurements of the what I'm sieving, if I tie it like this, it will be hard for me to because I need the sieve cloth if I have to continue in another bowl for people that don't have double sieve cloth like me. Okay, so that's the technique I always use. This is the grinded corn and dawa. I always tell them to grind it multiple times, okay, so that I can get as much pap as possible from the corn. If they don't grind it well, you end up with much more chaff than the pap that will come out from the whole mixture. So always tell them to grind it multiple times until it's very smooth. Okay, that's how you maximize the quantity of pap you get out of the grinded corn and dawa. Now this is the way I sieve it. Okay,